Well, here we are on another Monday morning. It's good to be with you all, and I feel like I can see you even though you're not here. I'm glad you can see me, but I feel like I'm with you, and I feel like we're talking together. So we've been talking about these keys to victorious Christian living in Nehemiah, and last week we talked about creating opportunities to experience God's faithfulness, putting ourselves in the position so that we are expecting God to be faithful. But as you think about that, you realize opportunities don't do much good unless you have laid the groundwork for what you will do when that opportunity arises. You know, when we are hoping for an opportunity, we prepare ourselves so when the opportunity comes, we can act. We have to recognize the moment, and we have to have a plan for what we're going to do when that moment arrives. Nehemiah understood this important principle. Let's look at Nehemiah 2, 4b through 9. Then I prayed to the God of heaven, and I answered the king. This is after the king said, "What do you want?" "If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let him send me to the city in Judah where my fathers are buried, so that I can rebuild it." Then the king said, with the queen sitting right beside him, "How long will your journey take, and when will you be back?" It pleased the king to send me, so I set a time. I also said to him, "If it pleases the king, may I have letters to the governor of Trans-Euphrates, so that they will provide me safe conduct until I arrive in Judah? And may I have a letter to Asaph, keeper of the king's forest, so that he will give me timber to make the beams for the gates of the citadel by the temple, and for the city wall, and for the residence I will occupy." And because the gracious hand of my God was upon me, the king granted my requests. So I went to the governors of the Trans-Euphrates and gave them the king's letters, and the king had also sent army officers and cavalry with me. So you see, Nehemiah is amazing. This whole book in the Bible is really very powerful. But Nehemiah not only created the opportunity, gave himself the chance to see God open this door with the king, but he was also ready. As soon as the door was open, he knew exactly what to say. He prepared himself to take advantage of the moment. He had worked out exactly what he needed, both in terms of official sanction and protection, and in regard to materials and building supplies as well. He fully expected God to be faithful when he gave him the opportunity, and he was prepared. He had laid the groundwork so that when the time came, he could lay everything out to the king. And in the end, the king gave him all that he asked for and more so that Nehemiah could restore his people. You know, imagine for a minute that you own a business and you have an employee, and you tell your employee that you're going to receive a shipment, a delivery of material in 1 week. And in order to be ready and to take the full advantage of that material, you want that employee to prepare a plan and to prepare all of the necessary things that have to go into place for the delivery to be put to use immediately for your business to grow. But your employee decides that they don't want to spend time on anything before they actually see the material get there. They're not willing to put their time in and waste their time on the basis that maybe the material won't come and I'll have wasted all my time. This attitude will hinder your work. This employee will not start working until the material comes, so they may be a week or 2 weeks behind where they should be. It'll affect your profit margin and your bottom line, and you probably wouldn't put up with this very long. You'd probably fire that employee. And yet this is exactly how we treat God so often. In his word, he tells us what to do. He tells us the way to live. But we're often only willing to go so far, and then we stop. And then we say, "God, if you want me to do more, if you want me to go further, show me something. Show me first that you're going to be faithful. Show me, let the delivery come, and then I'll put in the work." We say, "Let God prosper my business and put a few dollars in my pocket first. Then I'll give him my tithe. Then I'll decide how much I can give for his kingdom." We say, "Let God, vindicate me. Cause my enemy to see the error of my ways. Then I will ask forgiveness. Then I will be reconciled with him. Then I will consider my ways after that." Let God show me first that he can change the attitude of my husband or wife. Then maybe I'll consider changing my attitude. If God does something for me first, then I'll do it. I won't waste my time. I won't put myself out there until God proves himself to me. It sounds like a harsh attitude, but I think it's something that infects us all in some way. How many times do we miss opportunities that God has given us because we haven't laid the groundwork? We haven't done the preparation ahead of time so that when he comes and is faithful, we're prepared. Nehemiah prayed. He prayed for an opportunity. He put himself in the right place. And when the opportunity came, he pounced on it when he had the chance. Are we ready to do the same? In your thoughts and prayers, are you ready when God gives you the opportunity to achieve the things you're praying for, or to see the things happen in relationships that you're talking about? Have you prepared yourself ahead of time so when those opportunities come, you can take them? I pray you'll think about that. I pray that we'll all be able to think through these lessons from Nehemiah and realize what it takes to be victorious in our Christian lives. God bless you and have a great day.